Okay, well, hi everybody, and welcome to our second session for our Awakening from the Dream online retreat, Trusting in the Present. And for this session, we're going to be joined by Eric Archbold, who oversees our center here in Mexico. Also, we have Greg Donner, who's overseeing our Camas, Utah center. And we have Emily Alexander, who is overseeing our center in Mallorca, Spain. So welcome, guys.
Hi, Peter. Thank you.
Hi, Peter.
And I believe we're going to start with a song from you, Eric, so I can pass it over.
Okay, thanks, Peter. Hi, Emily. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Eric.
Hi.
And yeah, welcome everybody. It's so good to be here with you. It's such an honor to be in this this space together to share this purpose and to open up to the love that is here, just inside us and surrounding us. And yeah, like Peter said, I was feeling to start off this session with a song. So I'm going to play a song for you called Just Relax. Enjoy. Just relax and go slow. There's no need to hurry, for there are no monsters chasing you. Just be still and let it go. There's no need to worry, and there's nothing that you really need to do. And take time to look inside, for I can promise you there's nothing about yourself you need to hide. Take off the mask and let the light shine on your innocent face. You've never done anything wrong. There's nothing scary to protect yourself from. Your nightmares are over, you don't need to run. Just open your eyes and see there's nothing to fear. All of your nightmares have long disappeared. It seems a long time ago that you dreamed you'd left home and wandered outside in the cold all alone. You tried to make do with all your substitutes, but they could not erase the pain of forgetting the truth. Well, it's still in your heart and it's still in your soul. Just take off your heavy armor and let it go. And listen to me while I sing you this song. Your friends are all here and your nightmares are gone. just relax and go slow. There's no need to hurry, for there are no monsters chasing you. Right here and right now, you can be at peace. Only love is all around.
Thank you, Eric. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's it. If there's anything that we can join on and just pray for is just this moment to find ourselves in a relaxing state where we can really join and appreciate everything that is showing up in our lives. So, yeah, well, Emily and Eric and I, we just welcome you. I welcome you to this invitation tonight. Be more music, meditation, and some sharing. As Francis was sharing this morning, Eric, Emily, and I are overseers of 3 of the centers. And so we have had quite a collaboration for quite some time. And yeah, I feel a spark in my heart to share some. And I think I want to share just the gratitude of just having it's really a privilege to be in a community that offers really so many practical ways to join, to pray, to collaborate, and to get in touch with the present moment. Yeah. So welcome to 13 of our new friends from several different countries around the world. I would just offer my gratitude and hope that, you have an experience of living miracles the way I have for over 9 years, where just life is just infused with some kind of a miracle, like since I've arrived, and I'm very grateful. So may some of that just translate to you and into your heart tonight. I also felt your prayers and your sharings in your letters, your emails, was very poetic, and it was really, really touching. And in a way, we could just read those emails and we would get the metaphysics, and we would get some of the practical application, because you guys are pouring your hearts out into these emails and into your desire. And I just kept hearing one of the main themes is the desire to express love and to have it pour through you, and it felt like passion. So thank you for that. I feel a gift, a real gift in that. So, like I said, Emily and Eric are joining me tonight, or I'm joining them with the Spirit. And I just want to say, that none of you know this, but we have a sort of a transition coming up here, and particularly with our relationship. And I love how the Spirit works, because it's been, all of us have felt something kind of a bit strange for maybe 3 weeks or so. And no one in the ministry could really figure it out, but there is some big changes. And it sort of just, I know for me, it's opened myself up actually to deeper nuances and collaborations in the US, and they're not new. They're just, I'm just seeing a doorway open with Kirsten at the monastery, and even something even deeper happening in Camas as well. So it's been, it's not a goodbye, but it's been, and we'll share more experiences too about it, but it's been precious. So I'd love to hear you guys say hello and either one of you can start, Eric or Emily.
How about you, Emily?
Sure. Yeah, just a very heartfelt welcome. I watched the session earlier today with Francis and was really touched by all of the sharings, and right from the beginning, everybody just opening their heart and laying out wherever they were at. And I know for me, that has been so helpful over the years, to have a really safe place to be able to just actually let it all come out however it is, and not feel a need to make it look or sound a certain way, but just to be as authentic as possible in the moment, and feel that permission to be able to express and share whatever is on the heart. And I was just really touched by that song Eric sang. I love that song, and I feel like there's just this overwhelming message from the Spirit that's coming through every angle, coming through Eric's song, through Greg's words, through Francis's session earlier today. And the message the Spirit just continuously wants to give us is relax. Everything is okay, no matter what it looks like. There's no hierarchy of illusions. It doesn't matter what is playing out. Everything is okay. There's a master plan that the Spirit is holding for all of us, and that plan can never go off course. Our interpretation of what's happening in the plan can sometimes feel distressing, but it's only a misinterpretation. It's never really anything that is actually going wrong. And then to tune into Francis's session earlier and just hear her speak so much about trust, it was really beautiful, and just a confirmation that we're so joined in mind, because all day I had the section from the manual for teachers in the course about trust and the development of trust, and it felt very present and very rich. And I think I would just actually like to read a few lines from the beginning of the section in trust, because I kind of feel like this says it all. And this is in the section, what are the characteristics of the teacher of God? And number one is trust. And Jesus says, without this, you can't even move on to the other characteristics. You can't even open your mind to them if that foundation of trust is not there. And he says that the teachers of God have trust in the world because they have learned it is not governed by the laws the world made up. It is governed by a power that is in them, but not of them. It is this power that keeps all things safe. It is through this power that the teachers of God look on a forgiven world. When this power has once been experienced, it is impossible to trust one's own petty strength again. Who would attempt to fly with the tiny wings of a sparrow when the mighty power of an eagle has been given him? And who would place his faith in the shabby offerings of the ego when the gifts of God are laid before him? And yeah, I love when he says that when this power has once been experienced, you can never turn back. Like when you really start to experientially taste that there is a plan beyond our comprehension that we cannot see because we have this limited perspective that we're looking out of all of the time. And every miracle that we experience expands our perception, expands our mind to start to see things in a more holistic way. And that's where the peace comes in. When we see that everything is working together for good, we start to pull back from judging the specific situations, whatever's happening. We start to see that, okay, I've had this experience many times that my perception of this is not what's really going on. And when we get to the other side, we can look back and see, actually, this was all working together for my good. I never needed to worry. And so I feel this whole journey is just really a journey of sinking deeper and deeper into this trust and relaxing more and more. And like Francis said, today's lesson is, I will step back and let him lead the way. And that's it. The Spirit is doing absolutely everything, orchestrating all situations, all encounters, all relationships. It's already happening. It's already happening. It's already orchestrated. And there's nothing of ourselves that we need to bring of it. We just need to let go of every interpretation that's in the way to accepting and experiencing this master plan that's unfolding moment by moment. And the more we do that, the more we sink into this peace and this trust and this perfect safety and perfect love. So, yeah, I feel for myself, and I think for all of us, just this desire to deepen in this experience throughout this weekend. And I feel like everything that unfolds is just for that purpose. So thank you so much for being here with us and sharing in this prayer to open our hearts and our minds to this all-encompassing love that's always there for us and always available.
Yeah, thank you, Emily. Yeah, I just love how practical this journey is, because as I was listening to Emily just now, I found my mind kind of thinking back to all the kind of steps that I've been given by the Spirit to take towards, towards the light. Because, when I look back, before I was in this community, I had a regular career. I was a hypnotherapist. I was very happy initially. I mean, just getting into hypnotherapy was quite a step, because before that I had actually just studied engineering. And then I really got into wanting to know about how my mind worked. And I think some part of me recognized I needed to look at the unconscious mind, and hypnotherapy seemed to be a technique to do so. And it really forced me to face a lot of fear, because I pretty quickly got into doing group hypnotherapy, and it was terrifying at first to get up in front of a big group of people who were very desperate for help. They were coming to be free of addictions and stress. And I wasn't on a spiritual path very strongly at that point. I didn't have A Course in Miracles yet, but I could feel my heart just wanting to extend, wanting to help people. And that career lasted, maybe, I think it was about 7 years before it began to feel like okay, and it's beginning to feel a bit flat. And it was at that point, I'd been in the Course for a couple of years, and I was studying Ken Wapnick. I had read Gary Renard's books, and I had what I feel was a very strong grasp of the metaphysics of A Course in Miracles, but I really hadn't, given my life over to it in a very, in the way I have now. That's all I can say. But I found David Hoffmeister on the internet, and I remember just feeling this strong, heart opening when I saw him speak, as many of you have. And at the same time, I noticed a lot of judgments. I felt like he seemed just a little weird, or too airy-fairy, or he used a lot of, he talked about the Bible a lot. And I was very much like, no, I'm not into the Bible. The Bible is a no. A Course in Miracles is my book. The Bible is, but he was just showing me that you can't really judge anything. It's all to be seen through the eyes of spirit. And right at that point, when I met David, I didn't know it, but I was about to be kind of guided out of my hypnotherapy career and into a totally different lifestyle, which was to be traveling with my music and learning to just go with the flow and trust and have a more spontaneous life. But it was pretty scary at first. I remember feeling like I wasn't inspired to continue doing hypnotherapy seminars and booking seminars to make enough money to pay off my debts and my mortgage and everything. But I think that the spirit just kept kind of giving me symbols that this career isn't for you to continue for much longer. But I wrote to David and I just said, I feel like I'm supposed to give up this career. It's not really inspiring, but I have no idea what to do next. And I remember I was reading a line in the Course that David would often quote, which basically says that once you have accepted the one function of forgiveness, then everything else will be given to you. It's kind of like that Bible quote, once you seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all else will be given you. I read that in the Course about just, if I give my life over to forgiveness and to this pathway, then it seems to be saying that I won't have to worry about money. I won't have to worry about survival. I won't have to worry about what I'm going to be doing day to day. It'll all just be given. It'll be like a guidance. It'll be obvious. And I wrote to David because one day I was in a panic. I was thinking, I really don't think I can book one more hypnotherapy seminar. And yet if I don't know how I'm going to pay all these debts and my mortgage payments and my bills. And I wrote to him and I said, is it really true what the Course is saying here, that if I just fully trust in this moment, that if I practice forgiveness in this moment, that I'll be guided and that all these considerations will be handled in a miraculous way? And I remember he wrote back to me with like a just all caps, like yes, 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 and a bunch of hearts. I read his reply, and I think I burst into tears, and I was like shocked. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it, but I so want to believe that. So I think I went to a talk of his. He was in San Francisco at one of those big Course in Miracles conferences, and I asked him all my deepest questions about the script is written and everything. And finally, I ended up at a retreat with him, and where my whole life just changed and went through quite a shift into the music. And that's just, I think, how it goes. Even now, as Greg was saying, our communities feels like it's going through a shift where the three of us have been overseeing these three centers in the community, three of the centers we have. And yet for the past month, it has felt like something about the way we've been doing that, the way we oversee, is going through a transformation in our mind. Before, when I got here to Mexico, I was brand new at being a leader in this community, at overseeing one of the centers. And I had a lot of people pleasing to undo. I was very much into making sure that people liked me and loved me. And yet when you're in a leadership position, sometimes you have to make difficult decisions that aren't going to be very popular. And so I had to make a lot of decisions and communicate things to people that they didn't want to hear, and ask people to do things that resistance would come back, and I would be, a lot of anger would come towards me. But it was so expansive. I just felt like, wow, this is helping me to undo my addiction to being liked. And it was just another one of those steps of undoing my Eric self-concept. And then I think in this last month, it feels like even that role of being an overseer started to feel like it's reaching a plateau. And I don't even know what's next. It just feels like it's moving into a more intuitive way of life, and maybe things will shift in form. Maybe, I don't know. But music's been coming back in. I haven't been playing much music for the past month or two, and it's coming back. And I just feel like amazed at how this path keeps giving me the opportunity to trust really deeply in the present, and trust that I'll be given all the opportunities I need to practice forgiveness and to surrender to the Spirit's plan. So I'm just thrilled with with this journey, and I'm so grateful for the Course and for Greg and Emily. You guys have just been so helpful for me we've had like weekly calls ever since I got here in Mexico back in August, to talk about all the practical things that come up for us as overseers of our centers, like, this person got upset, or we had a water issue, or, just a lot of logistics that come up daily, which are opportunities for us to pray and listen. And it's just been incredibly